getting out of hand. This is why I get tired sometimes. Like sometimes I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Also new at noon, the chief of police of Fair Oaks Ranch has been placed on paid administrative leave while officials there investigate accusations that he intimidated officers at work.
That's according to a 14-page complaint obtained by KSAT. It accuses Chief Tim Mooring of using intimidation and bullying to conceal his behavior from city administration in a series of incidents the past several years. That includes an accusation where an officer says he slammed his hands on his desk, knocking over items during a meeting with the officer in his office last month. The complaint also includes a detailed narrative from a November 2019 retirement party for the department's former chief, in which Mooring was accused of providing prescription Adderall pills to a city animal control officer and a police officer.
In case that could find no record that Mooring has been criminally charged in connection with the officer's complaint. You can read more about this story on ksat.com.
What do y'all think about that? Complaint accuses Fair Oaks Ranch Police Department chief of intimidating officers handing out prescription pills at parties. Now, if the police treat each other like this, how you think they're going to treat you? Now, here go my question. How come all of this stuff right here is not stuff that we be hearing about in the mainstream media? There's plenty of stories. Facts. If you guys agree with Hurricane IQ, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. This is the good old Junkies Club. Facts. Super facts. The good old Junkies. You know what I'm saying? Look at all this. Look at all this. We finna go into this. The chief of police of Fair Oaks Ranch has been placed on paid administrative leave. And why he's on paid administrative leave is beyond me. While officials there investigate accusations that he intimidated officers at work and provided prescription Adderall pills to fellow officers while at an off-duty gathering. So now there's other officers in addition to him who were dealing with the Adderall. So this dude was somewhat of a junkie. A 14-page complaint obtained by KSAT, filed by a female Fair Oaks Ranch officer with 6 years of service for the department, accuses Chief Tim Mooring of using intimidation and bullying to conceal his behavior from city administration in a series of incidents the past several years. Mooring has used his ability to control, hinder, and dismiss all investigative accusations directed at him, the complaint reads. That's interesting. I wonder what else he used to deter any investigations against him. Mooring is accused of slamming his hand on his desk, knocking over items during a meeting with the female officer in his office last month, the complaint states. I'm not going to put up with your piss attitude or gender claiming BS anymore, Mooring told the officer, according to the complaint. She wrote that she left the office crying and very frightened. So now my question is, if you're not used to men, if you're a female police officer and you're not used to men being crazy and violent like that, what do you think you're going to do out on the streets? Just as a side note, when a suspect calls you a bitch and hits you, you're going to start crying too? She wrote that Mooring has repeatedly thrown items, including soda bottles, ketchup packets, against the walls of the department's patrol room and kitchen areas while irate. If you examine our patrol room and kitchen area and examine closely, you will observe dried substances on certain walls, specifically near the white refrigerator, a complaint reads. A complaint accuses Mooring of providing officers prescription Adderall at a 2019 party. They was about to party all night. It was lit. It was going down. Some Adderall involved. You finna be partying forever. You know what I'm saying? The complaint also includes a detailed narrative from a November 2019 retirement party for the department's former chief, in which Mourning was accused of providing prescription Adderall pills to a city animal control officer and a police officer. I hope that animal control officer took care of that dude that we was talking about in the last article. I hope he wasn't too high to deal with him. Mourning placed a pill in each of the officer's hands after pulling a prescription bottle from his rear pocket, the complaint states. The complaint includes photos of partygoers from the gathering in question, as well as stock images of 15 milligram Adderall pills. I could immediately confirm through training and experience that the pills were 15 milligrams of Adderall, the complaining officer wrote. Adderall is a stimulant and a controlled substance. The complaint cites that 20 to 30 minutes after ingesting the pills, both officers began displaying nervousness, sweating, and dry mouths. Quit being a pussy. It's not a big deal. You will be fine. Don't be a bitch, Mourning told one of the officers, who had also consumed alcohol and stated he felt like he was going to have a heart attack, according to the police. He was sitting in there like old boy was sitting in there with Denzel Washington after Denzel Washington handed him that primo. Oh man, I feel crazy. What I just smoked? Denzel Washington, look over at you, crack. You smoke crack, Jake. Oh! That's how this motherfucker was. Join the wolf pack with me. Oh! Man, y'all got me drink. I drank this drink. I hooted these Adderall pills. Man, my eyes feel like they finna turn inside out. My heart feel like it's about to blow up. Quit being a bitch. That's what he said. That's what he said. At work the following week, one of those officers accused of taking the pill stated his heart was racing and that he thought he was going to have a heart attack and was unable to sleep the night of the party, according to the complaint. The complaint also states that Mourning previously provided Adderall pills to a fellow officer in exchange for Ambien, the trade name for prescription sleep medication. So they sit up here trading uppers for downers. I'll trade you an upper for a downer. They trading pills like baseball cards out here. That's wild, man. KSAT could find no record that Mourning had been criminally charged in connection with the officer's complaint. I wonder if there was even an investigation. Mourning did not respond to a phone call and text messages sent to his publicly listed number on Tuesday. Fair Oaks Ranch interim city manager Scott Huizinga, who confirmed via email that Mourning was placed on administrative leave, did not provide a timeline for completion of the internal investigation, which is ongoing and confidential. So now, so much for police transparency. If it's confidential, where's the police transparency in it? Mourning's past behavior at work is also part of an ongoing employment lawsuit filed by a former Fair Oaks Ranch police investigator terminated in 2020 after officials said the investigator angrily confronted a fellow city employee outside of City Hall. Personnel records for the former investigator Richard Davila reveal significant infighting within the small department, which lies between San Antonio and Boerne. In June of 2020, after he was injured on the job, Davila was asked to inventory the department's property and evidence room. After Davila told Mourning he was injured, he claims Mourning told him, then you are, then you. Hey, what a friend. What a friend. Look at this. They had to have some type of relationship, right? So Davila told Morning he was injured. Hey, Morning, what's up, Davila? Man, I'm fucked up, man. I injured my leg. Morning looked at him and said, Morning looked at him and said, then you are useless. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. These people ain't shit. Hey, I really got to tell you something in confidence. What's up, buddy? Give me the scoop. What's going on? Hey, I injured myself. You injured yourself? Oh, you ain't worth shit then. Get the fuck out of here. Damn. Morning, in a statement refuting Davila's account of what happened, said Davila had called himself useless after being asked to inventory the property room. Man, these people are all crazy, man. Morning responded that if Davila was useless, then why was he at work, according to his statement about what took place. Morning added that Davila launched into a tirade about his treatment at work and heard that he heard Davila shout at another supervisor that morning, treated people like blank. Multiple other officers provided statements refuting Davila's account of the confirmation, claiming that he was the one who cursed. One sergeant described Davila as out of line and unprofessional, records show. Davila's personnel file also details past allegations he made regarding the handling of evidence in the property room. Davila, in a written complaint, said another officer once took seized drugs from the property room from current criminal cases and gave them to a canine officer for training. So, you know, they go hard in the paint for them dogs. That's crazy, man. You know, he said it with a straight face too. Well, then get the fuck out of here. You're useless to me. I don't know why you're still standing there. I bet you that dude was outraged when he said that to him. Davila also claimed that the jewelry and drugs had disappeared from police custody without proper maintenance, records show. In June of 2019, records show Davila was passed up for a promotion to sergeant, and then weeks later filed a records request for paperwork related to the selection process. In July of 2019, Davila accused Morning, when he was a lieutenant, of unholstering his firearm months earlier. In early May of 2019, and pointing it at another officer. Months later, Davila was informed that his complaint against Mooring had been rejected by both the Texas Rangers and the Bexar County District Attorney's Office and would also be closed internally. Davila filed a suit against Fair Oaks Ranch for wrongful termination in late March of 2021. Reached for comment Tuesday, Davila told KSAT the suit speaks for itself. The case is not set for trial in Bexar County Civil Court in February of 2024. I'm sorry, the case is set for trial in Bexar County Civil Court in February of 2024. Docket records show. Okay. So, man, that's a wild situation, man. This police officer was wild out here. Wild dude. Chief Tim Morning out here giving people samples of pills. Just sitting up there doing the most. You know what I'm saying?